Welcomes back to Rasheedah Omalade Sule. How you all doing? Welcome back to Ask Rasheedah. I'm here again to talk to you all about mind model, the mind matter. How are you? How's everybody doing? Ooh. So today we're going to be talking about the blame. You know, who do we blame for being poor? Who do you blame for things not happening in your life the way that you want them to? I will hear all the time, oh, our government, because of our government is not doing this, that, and the third, that's why we're broke. Because the economy, that's why we're broke. Because of their parents, their grandparents is this, that's why they're broke. We're going to shed a little bit more light on that today. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Ask Rasheedah. If this is your first time here, I'd like to say thank you and welcome to our family. If you've been here with me all along and you're just, seeing how I'm evolving and bringing up all these new amazing topics that you're learning from, I'd like to say thank you for being with me on this journey. And if you have any comments for me, make sure that you put them in the comment section. And if you like what we're talking about, hit the like button. Yes. Please share this. I'm not just here talking this talk. Let's share it. Let people be blessed. A lot of people are going through so much. And only if they knew the truth. Because say you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free or make you free. That's what we're here for today. So many persons blame economic disturbance and hereditary for the adverse and impoverished conditions in their lives. For example, Mr. A says that his parents, his grandparents, and great-grandparents have always been poor. Mr. B says that he has been born during the Panic of 93 and that he has never been able to overcome it. Hold on for me 1 second. My dog. My God, you sleep all day and all night. What is going on? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. George is a piece of work. So Mr. A says that he was born during the Panic of 93 and that he has never been able to overcome it. Mr. C says that his money-making powers were definitely crippled during the Depression of 29. We all suffer more or less from the adverse influences and negative beliefs of others. But there is no reason why any one of us should remain in these grooves of experiences, especially not now. Especially not now where many of us are teaching, educating. Now more than ever would you hear about manifestation, would you hear about, continue to do your affirmations, visualization. So powerful. What do you see? What do you see? Some people will say, oh my God, I see myself doing this, that, and the third. Then start doing it. Start doing it. Start being it. In metaphysical science, we change the unwanted condition by changing our attitude toward it. And by changing our consciousness, we change the offending and troublesome patterns by a definite conviction, okay? A definite conviction that they can no longer operate through us, and by substituting better and more productive patterns. All of that to say that your pattern, what you know life to be, is what has kept us impoverished. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You go to church, you pray. You don't go to church, you don't pray. It don't matter. If your mind is not renewed, if your mind is not renewed, you will continue to be the same. A lot of people know this truth that I'm teaching you on this channel, but they would never tell you. They don't feel like they will not talk about it. They'd rather continue to enjoy. Some don't even know why they're so wealthy. Because children that are born in wealth, naturally they see the attitude of their parents. They see the attitude of rich people. So if they was to ever lose money, they know what type of attitude they should have. And in having that attitude, it will continue to bring them more money because they don't have a bad attitude about it. They feel like, oh, okay, so I've lost 5 million. I made it, so I'll make it again. That's the attitude. But let a poor person lose $100. All hell, probably a break loose. Your attitude towards it, your mindset. You're not poor because of government. You're not poor because of what's going on in your community, your environment. You're poor because of the environment that you grew up in that has taught you certain things. And those things that you've been taught is limiting you from breaking through. And the thing is, you're thinking that everyone before you worked so hard to get there. Do you know there's so many people that they sleep? They make more money when they're asleep than when they're awake. And many others, whether you're awake, whether you sleep, you still broke. It is your mindset. It is your attitude. It is your limiting beliefs. Are you hearing me? If you continue like this, you will remain broke. That's why some people, they work. When it's not working for them, they begin to steal. They begin to become armed robbers, killing people for energy called money. Money is an energy. Money is not valuable. It's paper. But what you need it for is what's valuable to you. If you change your mindset from a poor mindset to a rich mindset, rich things will begin to flow in your space, in your experience. I'm going to ask you to try something. Write down all the limiting beliefs. Like, I got to work real hard to make it in this life. Write that down. That's a limiting belief. Another limiting belief is that you can't make it because you're Black. What? That's a limiting belief. Write that down. Another limiting belief is that because you're a Christian, you're not supposed to be rich. That's a lie of the devil. You need to go read the book, The Science of Getting Rich. So many limiting beliefs. Or maybe you're the last child and the firstborn is trying, so you're waiting for everybody ahead of you to be rich before you now. What? Those are limiting beliefs. It's limiting you from being blessed. It's limiting money from coming to you. Thoughts of abundance will always reverse thoughts of limitation. If you feel abundant, if you believe in abundance, abundance will come to you. You go to bed at night, everything you feel abundant, abundance will come to you. You want to become a money magnet? Begin to say, I am a money magnet. Everywhere I go, the energy of money is always around me. I attract money everywhere I go. When you're about to lay down, before you go to bed, think about you being a magnet that attracts money. But there's so much more to what I'm saying. You can look at my prior videos about money and manifestation. Go look at my prior videos. If you do not have a mindset shift, I tell you, you will work and work and work and work. Women, I am talking to you especially. Because some of you, if a man ain't doing what he have to do, we gonna get up and do what we gotta do. We're gonna take care of our kids, take care of our home, do this, do that. And at the end of the day, the energy of money is gonna be so far away from you. You know why? Because it's not the way that it should. It's not gonna flow to you out of anger. It's not gonna flow to you out of thinking that you're in this by yourself. I got to do what I got to do. No. Take it easy. Use the manifestation techniques to bring money energy into your life. Another thing that I have to tell you, if there's a particular thing that you need the money for, don't think about the money. Think about that value, that thing that you need the money for. If it's a bigger house that you want to buy, think about the house. Where is the house? How many bedrooms is the house? Does it have a basement? Does it have an office area? How many living rooms does it have? How big is your bedroom? Does it have a walk-in closet? Begin to live in that home in your mind, which is your experience. Begin to live in that home in your mind. If it's a car that you want, begin to drive that car. Before you go to bed, be in the car. Take the keys to the car, crank it up, and hear it make that noise. How does it make you feel? I know a lot of you're like, Rasheedah, like you're saying this stuff, like, can it really be true? Yeah, it is. I've tried it. Go look at my prior videos. Where am I talking from? I've done it. If it didn't work for me, I would not be here telling you about it. I prayed. I fasted. I did all of that. And it led me to the truth. It led me to what God really needed for me to know in order to begin to manifest things that I wanted in my life. My husband, I told you I would manifest it. My children, I wanted 2 boys and a girl. Got it. I wanted a 5-bedroom house with a finished basement. My bedroom a certain way. I wanted a certain car. I got it. Using these techniques. So the government, whatever's happening with the government, let that not be your business. Don't let it be your problem. What's happening to your next door neighbor, if they don't knock on your door and say, well, we got this issue, stop getting yourself into things that are of poverty. I don't listen to the news anymore because there's nothing exciting in the news. There's nothing that gets me happy. They're fighting here, fighting there. I don't want to hear all of that because all that does is just makes me sad and makes me wonder, what is this? What are we here for? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Let the Caesars deal with that. I came to live a life and to live that life in abundance because I'm only here for a while. 90 years. I'm here 90 years. I want to enjoy that time here. Many of you have gone through traumatic things when you were young that has caused limiting beliefs. And because of that, it's just hard for you to believe anything because all many of us know is whatever you've been through, whatever you've experienced, dust it under the rug and move on. Forget about it and just continue to move. No, you got to deal with that. You got to go back. You got to sit down. When you're visualizing anything that you've gone through has caused trauma, that is haunting you, deal with it. Write it down. Deal with it. And say, okay, got you. It was done to me. That's okay. I'm here now. And move on from it. But without you dealing with it, it's going to be a devil that's going to haunt you all the days of your life. But let us remember that thought is both causative and creative. Causative and creative. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by God. In him was life, and the life was the light of man. Powerful. Powerful. Continue to follow me on YouTube. Share this message. The reason why we are not living the life that we truly want is because we have not renewed our mind. We read this all the time in the Bible, but we just don't know how. Let me hold you by the hand and walk you through this journey. Because it's not a journey that you can just wake up one day and say, I've started this. You know, I'm doing this. Yes, you're doing this, but how? How do you do it? You need an accountability partner. You need somebody who's going to say, okay, what did you do today? You're going to be accountable to? You need that. You need it. Don't worry about, if you're married, don't worry about the guy. Men are more logical. Leave him alone. You just continue to do what I'm asking you to do. Let gratitude be in everything that you do. You wake up in the morning, be grateful. You see your husband beside you, be grateful. You see your children, be grateful. You're living in a home, maybe it's not the one that you really want, but you still have covering. Be grateful. In everything, give thanks. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. Thank you for watching me today. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for sharing this video with a couple of people today. With gratitude, Rasheedah.